S1600 ICU ventilator. This one is very popular, and also it including all the basic functions, and can be used in any kind of hospital and most kind of the patient. So we can see on the machine first we introduce the configuration. First it has the main engine, also we call it the ventilator, and also with two lobes here. And then here below side, this is the humidifier, and also it's the standard configuration. The humidifier is for generating the heating and the wet, for making the gas much more comfortable for the patient to breathe in. And then the below side will be the trolley. And the trolley we have four wheels, and the front two wheels we have the brakes, so we can make the machine very stable at the site. And then here is the pipeline. And for all the pipelines, we are using the silicone material, so it can be used reusable and recyclable. And usually it can be also cleaned under 134 degrees. So it's very easy to be cleaned with the autoclavable machine with other medical items together. Now let's see the machine itself. First, we open the switch power on the back side of the machine. And we will see the machine will first enter into the standby, and at the same time it will do the self-testing. So if there is any problem, then after we choose in the ventilation mode, it will be shown on the above side here. And now you can see here's the status for the battery. Now we are in charge of the battery because we have connecting the AC power. So first we press the second button for choosing the ventilation mode. That means for this ventilator we can preset for the ventilation mode and the parameters. So you can see here we have the IPPV, AC, SMV, and CPAP. And also for this machine we have the menu button here. So totally we have 5 ventilation modes. And then under each of the ventilation modes we can see there's the parameters under each. So we can do the presetting. And we use this rotate button. Usually we are just for setting the frequency and also the inspiration time and also the pressure and the sign. Actually for this sign we are not writing in the ventilation mode, but actually it can also be regarding as the ventilation mode. As you can see here, now we are in the off mode. And if we open it, we can choose for the range. It's from 1 to 5. This sign means actually window for the people to use in the machine. And usually for a normal person, we will have a long breath after sometimes breathing. So if we open the sign, then it can be much more comfortable for the patient to breathe in the gas. So usually we will choose to open it. And then after all the presetting, we will press the confirm button to get into the standard interface. So now it's coming to the standard interface. So here, as you can see, we will show the ventilation mode we are using now on the above side. And also this is status I have mentioned. And now you can see there is the problem with the ventilator. It will have the alarm here on the above side, because now we haven't connecting for the gas. So it mentioned the no tidal volume and also pressure low. And the middle side here is showing the waveforms. And for the waveforms, we can synchronize the showing for 2. And these two also the most important, because one is the FT and one is the PT. That means the flow time and the pressure time. These two parameters can help the doctors to figure out what is the problem for the patient. Very important. And then the below side here is for the adjusting parameters. These parameters means the parameter which we have just adjusted. Like the sign we have just adjusted to 5. So here we're also showing the 5. So this area is for showing the adjusting parameters. And then the right side here is for the monitoring parameters. So we can check from the monitoring parameters to see if the value is almost the same with the adjusting parameters. So we can also check if the patient needs to increase or decrease some parameters, or even we can choose the ventilation mode. So all the monitoring parameters will be here. And there is an advantage is that we can show for the lung compliance. This is also very important for doctors to know the situation of the patient, because the lung compliance will show if the patient is breathing the gas enough and also breathes all of the gas very regularly. And then let's see the buttons. The first button here is the mute button. Once we press this button, you can see there's no any noise, and here will come for a signal. That means it will counting for 2 minutes automatically. So after 2 minutes, the alarm will recover automatically again. Because sometimes the doctors, they may shut down the alarm, but after 2 minutes they forget it. Then there's no alarm all the time, so the patient may be getting into some dangerous situation. So we have this setting for the safety concern, so it will counting for 2 minutes. And if you think we can let the ventilator to alarm again or come to normal situation, even we can press the buttons again, and then it will be recovered. And the second button here, this button is for setting the ventilator mode, just like the presetting in the standby interface. So once we need to change some ventilation mode or the parameters for the patient, then we can press the second button, and then we will enter into the ventilator settings. So now we can change to, for example, the AC mode, and then also we can set in for the parameters under each of the mode, and then we confirm again, so it will be operating and running automatically. And so let me introduce for the full mode here. For the IPPV, actually it's the volume control mode, and also the SMV is also the volume control mode. So this two mode actually is using for some normal patients and with some directly using with the ventilator. And if the patient come very emergency, and immediately that the doctors and nurses cannot have experience to figure out what is the problems for the patient. So at this time, we must need to use the machine very urgently, and we will choose for the AC mode, because the AC mode means it's the assist and the control. So that is automatically exchange mode. That means if the patient has spontaneous breath, then we are using the assist mode. That means we will give breath as per to the patient's breath. And if the patient suddenly has no any spontaneous breath, then we will automatically come to the control. That means the machine will give the gas directly by the breath in and the breath out with the parameters we set in for the patient. Actually, that means we can make the patient to breathe with the mode we have already set in, so it can very safely for the patient to breathe all the time. And then the last one, the CPAP mode. This mode is the basic mode. The CPAP means continuous positive airway pressure. That means only if the patient has spontaneous breath, then we can use the CPAP mode. And also the CPAP mode can also use for the patient like the small weight, some small children, and also some infant. Then we just need to confirm again. We were using the new setted ventilation parameters. For the third button here, once we press it, you can see there are totally two columns. The first one is the calibration. So under the calibration, because we will see usually on the ventilator we have two calibration points. One is the 21% and another one is the 100%. But for this machine, we only have the 100% because there is no need for the air. Because this machine, we will only use the oxygen. So there's no need for calibrating the oxygen into the atmosphere. We only need to calibrate for the pure oxygen. So for this setting, calibration, we only need to connect with the pure oxygen, and then we will press the 100%, this point. After we press it, and then at the right side, it will writing for about, usually it's only need about half a minute to 1 minute, then the calibration will here shown completed, then it's finished. And the second column is for the language. And usually we are using English, but in some place we maybe change to another language. Goes okay. For the fourth button here is for the alarming settings. For the alarm settings, we also have two columns. The first one is the limit. That means the alarm limit. So for limit, we already setting is for the upper limit and lower limit. Because we know in some Chinese standard and maybe some UK standard or some American standard, and any different standard in different countries actually some little difference. So here, because in China maybe the people is sometimes a little bit slim, or sometimes the weight is much more lower. So then here we have the different settings here. And if you think your local patient is sometimes very big and fat, so then we can change the upper limit and lower limit. Because sometimes maybe we think the parameters for the patient actually is very normal, but still there's alarm, very noisy. So we can change for the upper limit and lower limit. Just press it and we change it. Then the alarms will be relevant to the value which you set. So for example, now for the oxygen alarm limit, the upper limit is 100 and lower limit is 18. So then Only if the patient oxygen is lower than 18, then it will be alarm. And if we change it like to 27, that means only if lower than 27, then it will alarm. And for the minute volume and the peak pressure is the same settings. And then we see for the second column is the info. And under the info, we can see it has the same shown, like the upper side here. So here, we can also check for the alarms here on this column. And also it will show for all the history alarms. That means even days before or several months before, some alarms will be also writing here. That means sometime after 1 month or 2 months, you have the engineers come for the maintenance, then we can know what has happened to the machine before, and we will know which kind of maintenance we need to do for the machine. And if you think all the problems already been solved and machine already in a very good condition, we can also reset here. That means to clear out all the informations. And the fifth button is what I mentioned just now. It's also a ventilation mode. We call it the manual ventilation. This ventilation is using in some emergency situation or using for some small weight patients. But for this button, we must remember we need to press it step by step. We press it and the patient will breathe in. And we lose our finger, the patient will breathe out. We will do it step by step. And also, once we press it, we can see a signal here with a hand, so you can know now we are using the manual ventilation. And after you lose the finger, then it will disappear. For the last button here, this button is only for after the operation, or if we one patient finish using the ventilator, we change to another patient, then we can use the last button. But we only need to press it for 3 seconds, then it will enter into the standby interface. And for this concern, that is because if we press it, it will get into a standby interface immediately. Then maybe sometime the nurses will do some wrong operation. We press 1 second, it will get into standby. Then no gas come out. The patient may be dangerous. So we setting is for 3 seconds. Just means that if we meant to get into the standby, then we will get into. So 3 seconds is very important. And then here on the screen, on the right side of the screen, there are totally 2 buttons. The first one is for the PEP, and we know this is sometimes very important for some dangerous patient, because the PEP can make some triggering for the patient to breathe much more better. And the second one is for the tidal volume. The tidal volume means for this machine, the tidal volume is from 20 to 1600. So that means this machine can usually be used about the patient above 2 kilograms to adult. So we were choosing this. So here is the lowest end and here is the highest end. So we'll press the button, and at the side we press the button. At the same time we will check them. Same time we rotate this button, and we will check the monitoring tidal volume here. And once it gets into what we want, then we just lose our finger, and it's already setting. And then below side here, this port is for the expiration port, and this one is the inspiration port. And this button is for adjusting the oxygen concentration. And for this, oxygen concentration is from 45% to 100%. And you can see here is minimum and here is max. And also for this one, once we rotate the button, and at the same time we check for the monitoring interface for the FiO2, that means the oxygen concentration. And once the oxygen concentration comes to the parameter which we want, and we will just set it and lose our fingers. So it's very easy. And the middle side here, you can see there are totally 2 ports. These 2 ports just for some updated function. And if later some customer maybe they said they want to the nebulizer function, so here this port will be open for you. And someone they may need it for the ETCO2, and we will open this port for you. So this 2 is an optional function. And then come to the humidifier. For the humidifier, actually we have 2 parts. The above side here is the water trap, and the below side here is the humidifier basement. So for the water trap, actually it's very easy to understand. The water trap is for loading the water, and here you can see we have the symbols. The water will be level higher than this line, and then the water is enough. And we just point to the water with the port here, and then to get it under this line, and then we will using the basement for adjusting. Under the basement, you can see it's very easy for the adjusting. We just use our 2 fingers like this to rotate it. It's very easy and very relaxed. And usually, we will suggesting for adjusting the parameters between 3 to 5 because it's already enough for different patients to use. We know usually for the adult, we maybe use it for from 3 to 4, and sometimes for the baby or the children, we may use it for 4 to 5 because the baby's body temperature usually is higher than the adult. So this is a humidifier, and as I mentioned, it's for making the breathing gas wetting and heating, so the gas will be not very dry and it will become comfortable for the patient to breathe in. And this kind of humidifier, here we will have a thermometer, and from the thermometer you can checking what is the temperature now, and is it enough or already higher for the patient to breathe in the gas. And also we have another 2 kinds of humidifier for choosing, and the other 2 are for the digital shown on the screen, but it's the optional accessories. And here, this one is the hanger. And as you can see, actually from the left side and also this right side, we also have this metal basement. So that means you can install the hanger as per your preference. You can make it on the right side, and also you can make it like us on the left side. Usually most people, they may choose for making at the left side, but sometimes maybe the ventilator will be putting at the left side of the bed, and the left side will be a wall. So usually we will choosing to make the hanger on the right side, so it can also save the space for your patient ward or the ICU room. And for the hanger, once we press it here, we rotate this screw, and it will be very tightly on the machine. And then we can see there are totally 3 positions for you to rotate and adjusting the position for the hanger. And once we want to change the position, we just rotate it, and it's very easy like this, and then we can change it. And once we want to set the position, we rotate this again, and for very tightly here, holding it. And for the hanger, actually it's for holding the pipeline, because if we don't have the hanger, then maybe the pipeline, it will be poured onto the floor. It's not very clean, it's sometimes not very steady, and the patient, maybe you need to clean the pipeline all the time. So we have the hanger, it will be much more beautiful for the appearance and much more cleaner for the pipeline for using for the patient. So for this usage, then the pipeline maybe a reusable silicone pipeline. You can use it for 1 month or even 2 months due to your using frequency. And this yellow part, you can see there are 1, 2, totally 2. This is also the water trap. That is because our humidifier can generate the heating and wetting. So sometimes it may generate for some waters after a long time using. Because we know the ventilator always using for the people all days, maybe many days and even 1 month with non-stopping. So the water comes, and it will first come to the pipeline, and then we have the water trap. So the water will get into the water trap, and you can see the design inside. So the water will not be poured again into the pipeline again. So the water will be stored in here. And once we can check it every day or every 2 days. If the water is already full in the water trap, then we can just get it down, and then we pour the water outside and we use it again. And for this breathing bag, this bag actually is only using for sometime for the demonstration. But usually before the patient using the machine, we can also check this bag to see if it's open and closed very normally. It's just like the lung in the patient body. So we can check it first. If it's okay, then we just move it out. And we use the Y connector to connect with the face mask or the intubation directly for the patient to use. And here, on the back side of the machine, you can check, as I have mentioned, the gas source for this machine is only oxygen. So here we only have the oxygen port. So the oxygen, no matter you are using the oxygen from cylinder or from the central oxygen supply, the oxygen will goes inside with this port. And then, why this machine we don't need for the air compressor and we no need for the medical air source? Because here we have this port. Once we use the machine, and the air from the atmosphere will goes into from this small port surrounding the cover. So we are using the air from the atmosphere, and inside of this cover there are totally 3 pieces for the filters. So the air will be make it like the medical air, very clean and steady, go inside of the machine. And the principle actually is the ventilator effect. That means once the oxygen goes into with the oxygen port, then inside of the machine main engine it will generate the pressure. So then under this port, the air will be also get into the machine to make a combination with the oxygen together. But the air we are using is from the atmosphere. So for this machine, there's no need for the air source. So even in some basic end of the hospital, you only need the oxygen, then it's already enough. And you no need for making some more payments or charges for getting the air compressor. So you can use the machine already very well. And we can check here. Here for the powers here for this machine, here we are writing for 220, but usually we can set it from 100 to 240 volts. So that means it's already a very wide range for the power using. Even the power is not very stable, still we can use this machine very stable because the range is from 100 to 240, and the frequency can be 50 Hz or 60 Hz. And then also, even the hospital power is failure, into the main engine we have the built-in battery. For the battery, if you want it to be full charged, only need about the AC power to be connected for 40 minutes. And then once the battery is fully charged, we can use the battery in some when the AC power failure, we can use it the battery for at least 3 hours. So it's already very enough. And if you want, actually we can also add it to 6 hours, but usually there's no need.